Oh my god, hi. We're live. Oh my god,
Hey.
hi.
Yo!
Hi. We have lo-fi beats in the background this time.
How's everybody doing today? Should I open up the chat on YouTube? So
Yeah, why
like
not? So you can look at, I mean, you know, chat. It's just chat. You're not missing much. But hi, everybody. We're going to review your teams.
we don't got a Patreon. Wait, Patreon.
I want to make
Okay,
money.
now this Pcll theme merch. Y'all are silly champus.
Yeah, they're all posting silly nuggets.
Um, yep. Join our Patreon now. What if we had a Patreon? We took people's money.
That would be
to make
awesome.
like to make like one video like every
The
six
benefits of
months.
Patreon would be like you get exclusive access to my balls.
Yeah, we could put our like used like jocks on there or something.
Yeah. Anyway, I have the shit pulled up. I have it pulled up,
Me too.
and one of 22. Here we go. Starting with Anthony, the red
All right,
division.
red division.
So it's a rain team.
Terrain team. I
This
think it's okay.
um, it's reminiscent. Remember that Viv rain team where it was like 7 water types?
Maybe.
It was
Claude
Viv's
definitely
first
did that
season, I
one.
think. It's very familiar of that. I think it's kind of missing the like obvious rain abusers. Like
Hmm.
Azumarill and Atelion and Starmie and Ludicolo all make good use of the rain, but they're not like the Mega Swamperts and they're not the most threatening ones.
Right. I don't think Azumarill does not get wave crash, right?
I don't think so.
Um, Azumarill hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Doesn't need rain to hit really hard. Obviously, always hits really hard.
Mhm.
But with like Floatzel existing now and Barrascuda and what's that new guy? Basculegion.
Yeah.
There's some like the physical rain guys are really strong, and I think you get a lot out of Swift Swim.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, obviously Azumarill is still a great Pokemon for the price, but I don't know. I think it's fine. It's not how I would have built Rain, probably. I think it probably should have like a dragon type on there for like the electric and grass resist. Um, but I see there's some tech here that I'm spotting out.
I'm a big fan
Um,
of Klefki for it.
mhm.
Obviously, setting up screens like good hazards and stuff. Um, Landorus kind of at first feels out of place, but is like really great roll compression for like you
Mhm.
want your rain to be pretty offense oriented usually. Maybe having like like a Ferrothorn or like one or two defensive pieces sort of usually, but Lando is like defog rocks everything
Mhm.
you just like whatever is missing is there. It just doesn't get helped by the weather.
I think a team stacking water types is helpful because you're going to resist water and ice. Like I think Lando fits on rain just fine,
Yeah,
kind of,
that's what
you
I
know?
feel.
Yeah. Um, I think Inteleon gets slept on. I think that Pokemon's really good. Like stat spread and moves and stuff.
It's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's like the
Probably too
rain is
cheap.
plus like a specs or something is gonna be pretty
Yeah.
impossible to deal with like
Mhm.
without like immunity or just like getting the advantage on it.
Yeah. The lower ends kind of nothing. None of them are bad. Maybe Dedene's bad, but
I think the
I'm
Dead is probably bad. Yeah,
Dedene's probably bad. I
I
don't
kind
think
of like
Dedenne is
Berserker. I always look at it as like one of the better 40s.
right. Like it could do something.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think Assault Vest, Choice Scarf. There's ways.
Mhm.
But it's okay.
And also, not to mention, well, I feel like later in the draft, I was looking for U-turn, Volt Switch, Flip Turn. They're all here. That's why I couldn't find any.
That's true.
They're all right here. Also, ignore Baton Pass.
Oh
That's
yeah.
illegal. It's just this dock
The
is
baton
like,
pass illegal. Yeah.
yeah, just in case, just in case. Don't get any
Yeah.
bright ideas. Baton
It's cool
Pass
that Italian
Berserker.
gets it.
Be like.
Um.
Anyway, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm.
I do.
It's like an average feeling rain team. I think they maybe could just like one broken thing
Right. Like
would
I
be
don't
really
see
good.
anything on here that makes me go.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
kind of want that. You kind of want like to feel scared when you look at a draft. To feel threatening.
Uh-huh.
Because I think when you have a Pokemon that like counters like you get like a fast Bolt Beam Pokemon, and this team kind of falls apart.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway,
But
we're moving
both
on to
teams.
Cookie.
So yeah.
And so there was a little bit of a oopsie where we
Yes.
misspelled Alomomola in the
And
doc.
by we, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. Because I
Yeah, I
would
don't think
never
it was
misspell
me
it
either, because
alone.
I would never do that.
I would never do that.
But so when something is not on the tier list and we put it in, it automatically goes as a 40. Alomomola is not a 40, so she had to subtract 80 points of value from her. So there's no Orthworm or Miss Magius. Now it's Sliggoo and Dredagon.
Mhm. And that
I'm
was like our bad in
Yeah, they're free
putting it down
pickups.
wrong.
Yeah,
So
no counting against, because like oops.
right, and it's like a week zero thing.
Now that being said, I think Orthworm being gone is sad. It was gonna be really good
True.
with Xurkitree and like Sneasler just getting enabled completely by that.
Yeah, I think really strong to get it. Um, Even like I mean I think Tapu Bulu is really good next to a steel type.
Uh huh.
And I mean Hisuian Sliggoo honestly not a bad steel type.
I really
Like
like Dredagon with Alomomola.
me too.
It seems really strong, honestly. Like there's like all of a sudden a very strong defensive backbone here. Like you can get use out of Sliggoo and Crocolore, and you can use both at once if you want to. Now that with like Item Clause gone.
It'd be kind of weird too with how good the first like six Pokemon on this team are.
Obviously, yeah, but like
But
there's a pretty hard to break
yeah.
back end
I
to
don't
this
think there's
team.
any bad Pokemon on this comp though. I
Yeah.
think Sableye is like a budget Grimmsnarl. I
Hmm.
think you could do whatever the hell you want with this.
Yeah, for sure. Sneasler is obviously extremely good. Xurkitree is really good if it gets set up, and Cleavor is interesting. I really like it. I don't know what it's like in practice, to be honest.
I fought it. We went like 1-1, but it's definitely has it's yeah. I mean, I think Circuitry is probably underpriced.
Hmm.
Probably one of the Pokemon that we will revisit next season, and I will advocate. Um, I think it's really strong,
Yeah, that's really
especially
Cleavor
with
has the
Terra.
wrong abilities here. It's supposed to
It
be
does.
just sharpness, I think, or swarm and sharpness. But alas,
That was probably it's like in the when we thought we knew the abilities, like in the beta, and they got
oh
changed.
yeah, probably yeah,
You know what I'm talking
yeah. Um,
Anything else to say?
I don't think so. I think I really like this team. Um, just like Sneasler and Zerk are gonna carry really hard, and like just like there's a good long game here with like Alomola, Florges, which passing into these like otherwise sort of underwhelming, easily chipped down guys like
Mhm.
Dredagon and like Claydol and
Mm-hmm.
etc. And like even getting good defensive value out of like Cleavor sometimes because it's got decent stats.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with this.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Um, will you change the slide, or is this like in pages? Like, can I just look at the next team?
You can look. I'm changing slides for
I just
on
don't
stream.
know how to change the
Oh,
slide.
do you see where it says League number 1?
Yes.
Just click that and then go to League number 2.
Wait. Oh, Swagus. Okay.
And then all the way down for the first 20.
Okay.
Okay, now we're on to Devon. which is the Mawile Glamora Haxorus situation.
Oh, I didn't know Haxorus was on this comp.
Yeah, I think it was drafted pretty late.
Like later. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um.
Oh
This
my god.
team is interesting.
There are 4 grass types,
3 normal types.
but I do really like Mega Mawile and Haxorus though. Tangrowth is
I
great.
yeah. I no. I think Mega Moment and Hacks are really good. I want a solid ground answer when you play Mega Mobile. I think Tangrowth does a great job. I think you want strong fire answers there, but there's no water type on this team.
Oh,
There's
that's tough.
no
Yeah.
um yeah, no water type like at all when like it's the most common type in the game and like probably like top 5 type in the game and when grass is like bottom 2 and there's like it's like wait a minute.
Like no water or ground
Um
type is going to be really difficult.
it's a little funky. It's a little funky. But I think the top end has some strong Pokemon in their own right. Um
Yeah, the defensive spread is
so
not as
yeah.
bad as I thought it would be as far as the weaknesses. Like, they're obviously like you're getting a bit owned by bug and ice and stuff, but like I thought it was going to be a lot worse when I looked at this.
Right. And
Like
I mean
there's defensive
it's
answers
not
here.
like you're ever gonna bring like Brambleghast, Cacturne, and Tropius like in the same team. But just for me, I wouldn't draft any of them next to Tangrowth.
Yeah,
Like you have the best grass type in the game, like low key. Like why would you? Right.
yeah, that's how I feel
Like
about
you
it.
already got it. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Um.
That being said, there's a lot I am interested by like hazard stacking plus a bunch of like
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
2 really threatening setup guys in Armarug
Mm.
and Haxorus.
Axris is probably great with Terra. We haven't seen it yet,
Mm-hmm.
but like steel, ground,
Mega
anything.
Mawile is going to like it's already really hard to switch into, but plus hazards and
Mhm.
like very very much of a
Tipping is
pain.
so insane. You got to think Azumarill has base 50 attack. This thing has
Yeah,
105.
it's nuts.
It is huge, and like Sucker Punch like does like 70% like unboosted to like squishies. Like it's just
Yeah,
so yeah. So
and so that's where like the hazards are really underrated for that because like you're getting 1 layer of spikes up, or like you come in on stealth rock once or twice, and all of a sudden you're dead to that sucker punch.
mm. I think yeah, I think Lamora is great next to the 2 like offensive sweepers there are, and Armarouge too. Armarouge can
I mean, Armarouge plus Indeedee is like a bit more of the synergy we would hope for.
mhm.
Like when we first
Yeah.
saw Indeedee on the team.
Armarouge being a psychic type can like weirds me out, like confuses me.
I don't like that it is. I don't like Armarouge that much. Like in my heart.
And I mean, Ceruledge Edge clears, but it just doesn't look like a psychic type. It's kind of funny to me. I was like, oh, there is 3 psychic types, kind of weird too.
Yeah,
Um,
I think this team gets a lot better if you take out like 1 or 2 of the grass slash psychic guys and bring in some like just like some of the, like a water type and a ground type. To be honest,
yeah, and they could be crap.
yeah, even that will probably get you more value, even if it's like the worst ground type.
Well, I mean, Cacturne is probably better than Drillbur, but
But if you're never bringing Cacturne and you go up
right.
against like an electric terrain team, and you'll actually bring Drillbear.
Yeah, I guess so. Um, but yeah, top end good, bottom end kind of sussy. But it's yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep. All
That's
right, now
everyone
on to
ends.
Nittens.
I love this team. I think.
I do
Um,
too. I think
mhm.
what do I think? Sometimes when we get into these videos, and I think I'm gonna have so much to say, and I'm looking at the team, I'm like, I like this, but I have no idea why, like how to put it into words.
Okay, so I'll start then. I think Grimmsnarl's great.
Hmm.
I think when you want a Pokemon that has roll suppression like that, you're like, I want to bring screens a lot of, right?
Yeah.
Then it might as well be the best Pokemon that does that, right?
Yeah.
Um, like it might as well be because you can't pronounce their dark types, but it's a dark fairy type, doesn't lose to other dark types, can beat in 1v1. Strong, moderately bulky, does what it does.
Underrated like
Um,
offensive sets too, just like bulk
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Even
Like
just like
bulk up.
banded. You could just band this thing. Like the for draft, like it's not pigeonholed into just
No,
screens.
no,
But it has
whatever
like the
works.
best support move pool it could ask for.
Mhm. But I think I think there's some slept on offensive pieces in this that because Skeledirge, there's teams that can't beat Skeledirge when
Hmm.
right. Like you have the correct defensive terra on Skeledirge, Torch Song sweeps with unaware bolt kind of situation.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cresselia. It can be poison. It could be electric. Quaquaval, bulk up. Because it has bulk up, right? Bulk up, Aqua Step.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't I think it gets another setup move, but I don't remember. Doesn't need more than that
um,
though.
yeah, she has webs. She has Scolipede. Is a sweeper in it, in its own right. Ice Cube has the belly drum set.
I think decent
Um,
value on the lower end by like getting things that are
yeah,
enabled by Grimmsnarl. Like
yeah.
you can get Ice Cube to pop off if you have
hmm
screens and the
hmm
natural sub up.
And I kind of I meme on what,
Oh, you're breaking
but
up.
for 40, it's decent. Like
Now
it's
you're
a pretty
back.
good 40, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
was.
okay. You can just band that thing and just like do some damage. To be honest, it's got a good speed tier, which is like more than you
Yeah.
can ask for a
hmm
40 sometimes.
Definitely, it's hard to find good speed down there.
Hmm.
You have what's that cat called? Per ugly. It's like the second fastest 40. um, yeah, but I think it's a pretty good team. I think the defensive, like the typings are all really good. There's like
Hmm.
this the psychic dark fighting like situation. And there's a fire type, there's a water type, there's a grass type. Go-Goat is honestly not that bad. Like it's
Yeah, another missing ground type though.
because of its HP.
No flying type either is actually a little concerning. I don't care about not having a dragon type. That's like
You get
it's
two levitators
yeah, which fills the role of flying type a bit.
sometimes. Yep.
The Cresselia plus Gallagher, whichever one of them terraing is going to give you the most problem. That's just going to be a nightmare to deal with.
hmm
Yeah, I like this team. I'm a
Me
liker.
too. I
I'm a
like her.
liker. We're moving on though.
Moving on. You do that.
All right, we're on to Logan.
Logan, Argonaut hero. Um,
The first 5 mons here are like every 14-year-old like boy on the school bus's favorite mons. I feel like.
Logan's kind of like that. I feel like he's kind of like a cool guy, Digimon kind of.
Like even now, I still like these guys. So I'm with it.
And the second half is what Nana Ninkata would have if he was a Pokemon trainer.
True. That's so funny.
Um, I like Caliber a lot. I think it is broken, like obviously not like actually broken, but its stats are like really optimized. Its speed tier is just being above 85 for a Pokemon that's this bulky and this strong is great.
Mhm.
Like they could have just given it like a monster, a special attack stat, and had like its stat to be like really not optimized, and they didn't. So it's cool that an ice type is good, and great Terra sets. Goes dragon, goes ice, goes fairy, goes
Yeah.
whatever.
And even just because of that
Um,
raw bulk, you're able to live anything. Honestly, like you don't even.
mhm.
A lot of the ice guys are like their bulk is compromised a bit by the fact that they're ice, but the stat spread is like you don't really need to Terra even. Although you're going to a
Mhm.
lot, but quite strong.
Yeah,
There's so much speed here with like Manectric Crobat. A lot like the E speed. There's Dragon Dance. There's webs.
Uxi's great setup support with screens and Memento. Does it have Memento? I think so.
Or it either has that or
And
Healing Wish or some one of those guys that are
I think
useful.
Mesprit has Healing Wish and Uxie has Memento.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it
And
does. Yeah.
Mesprit has Explosion. And yeah, I think it's pretty. This team has like no serious flaws for me. I don't think there's any like Pokemon that are like, whoa, how am I gonna beat that thing? Um, but there's a couple that are just like you could bring them every game,
Hmm.
and that way I don't think they're egregiously counterpickable, and
Yeah.
that's strong.
I will say I don't like not having a Dark type, and I don't like having four Psychic types, especially when you don't have a Dark type.
Sure.
Like Ghost is absolutely free, and the only thing that's resisting Dark is Shiinotic, so
Yeah.
that could be a little problematic.
Yeah. But there's two Intimidate guys. You have strong offense. I think this team is going on the offense. I don't think this team's doing a lot of defensive switching.
Yeah,
Um, I think it's going to be a lot of like, yeah. So
like there's a lot of
I,
natural bulk on these guys, but they're not like
mhm,
filling in traditional like defensive roles necessarily. Like Arcanine's obviously going to come in and take two or something, but
mhm,
there's none of them are like they're not committed to defense. All of them can like
mhm,
pop off offensively for you.
yeah. But I mean, Logan does that. We always look at the teams and go, yeah, this is okay. This is fine. It's a little funky. I don't know if it's going to do great, but like, sure.
Then he
And then he
wins.
wins.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm hoping we get another good performance. Yeah, I will be very happy if he goes 10-1, losing only to me.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, okay? Because I will kill him.
We were not in the same division. Do you want to talk about my team?
Yes. Okay,
Okay,
your team is really fucking strong. Just
thanks.
because Cyclozar, Iron Moth, Gyarados to begin with was
I
already.
think I would put Hat like in that category.
Yeah, Hat I think was probably the other best pickup for you. Look at the hazards page. You, everything.
Mm. I okay, so I think I might change the bottom end a little bit at some point in time because I think there's some pieces missing that I kind of want to fill.
Yeah, maybe you could find something that
Um,
fits a little better.
but I really, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think especially when it comes to, I remember I had fought Cookie a couple times, and I was just struggling trying to deal with Xurkitree. But most teams don't have a Pokemon with 173 special attack, you know,
Yeah,
and and I think this team's like bulk will cut it.
because you're
And
talking
being
about
able
the
to,
echelon of mons that nothing switches into.
yeah,
So it's like
um,
obviously you won't be able to.
right. I think every Pokemon on this draft like does something
Hmm.
like useful. Um, but Cycles are kind of breaks the game a little bit and is
Yeah,
a little
like I'm
unfair.
honestly a little afraid of this being too problematic.
I don't think it will be though. I honestly because I in seasons that I've won before, I have said that like I'm not trying that hard. I'm not like this is like kind of I'm going fun. I'm going HO. I'm not doing like the lunch thing.
Hmm.
Um, and that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing here. I'm just playing around with team building, having fun, doing my thing. But I picked this to be off brand and to be fun and silly and not to be like super extra optimal. Um,
Well, I think more so getting out of your own comfort zone as far as team styles, but this is quite optimal, and you're not gonna like look at the builder and go and not think about it. You always think about it. So
Oh, I do, yeah. No, I'm not gonna lamp it. I'm not gonna put 72 EVs into every stat. I'm gonna
Yeah,
build and win, hopefully win a lot.
I think it's gonna
But
win for you quite frequently, just like on team preview.
it's a little brain dead sometimes. I think there's gonna be some matchup they're gonna be like, well,
Hmm.
but not all of them. I don't know. I'm really excited to uh I really Poison type's my favorite type. Iron Moth and Revavroom are two of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. And it felt like I was like when you're playing D like role play and the other people are min max. I'm always the min max.
Yeah,
But this feels like I'm role playing. This feels like I'm a trainer in Paldea. Look at my knuckle stack. I'm cool E.
go knuckle stack.
Go knuckle stack, and he's like, "Wow." Like I'm like, yay. That's how
You
I feel
have
about this
what,
game.
six? You have six Gen 9 guys.
Yeah, a lot of Gen 9 guys. I like Oinkalon. I have my Lechonk plush sitting next to me.
I'm so proud of you.
His name is Moneybags.
Yeah, this team is broken, and that's all I have to say
Swag.
about that. So we're
Okay,
moving on.
we can move on.
We're on to Nick.
I
My
think
doc
Nick's team is more broken than mine.
doesn't have Walking Wake in it, but we'll just imagine that we saw everything
We,
about
we
it.
know we know what Walking Like
Yeah,
does.
go go go.
I think Torkoal Walking Lake's really silly. I think Walking Lake beats everything that isn't fucking Chansey or Blissey. I think that thing goes in like Shimons on you, like Life Orb, special attack boost, in like Sun with like photosynthesis
Yeah,
with like agility. I think it hits really hard, has crazy coverage.
this is as broken, if not more broken, than his last team
Yeah,
with the electric terrain plus all the assholes. This is the
yeah, no,
sun with all the
because
assholes.
Sun's stronger, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
There's no fire type abusers, which is really fun. Like that, there's like no Victini, there's like no like Charizard, there's like no
Yeah, because prior to this gen,
Pokemon
it
yeah.
was Sun, Venusaur, and then Fire guys mostly. But now we have all
But
these other options.
I mean, Venusaur could Terra Fire Weather Ball. I think it would go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And will. I think Meowstic Meow is always going to be a Nigeria staple.
Like
Um,
banded Sun, Slitherwing first impressions are going to destroy the entire world.
mm, like you might as well have tinted lens at that point. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just like right. Um, Rampardo's gonna go crazy for a 40. Is it a 40 or a 60?
I think it's a six. No, it's a 40 because it's down here. Yeah, this is in order. So yeah, I
They
mean like
might both.
Rampardo sucks ass, but like when you look at it, it's like holy shit.
Well, there's no 200s, so they might all be 60s. There might be no 40s on this.
No, Morpico's a 40.
Are Pika's a 40?
Mm-hmm.
Swag. Wait, hold on. Rampardo says a 60.
Oh, is it?
It is a 60.
Is Morpico a 60? Shit, I don't know.
No.
Oh, I just messed up that order then. That's fine.
Is no, Morpeko is on the list, and it's a. I just want to make sure it's not going to be. I always thought it was Ramparados.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, whatever. Jeez.
um,
This seems fine. Seems good. Seems
this
cool.
team's
Hoopa's
broken.
broken. Sylveon's good on his own right. All these Pokemon do fine on their own. Braviary's kind of cool.
I think Hoopa with Terra is quite strong.
Yeah.
Like, look at the stats on this guy for 100.
What if Hoopa like switched its like attack and defense stat? That Pokemon would be like triple Ubers.
Yeah, that would be extremely good.
Yeah.
But alas, is not.
Alas.
Anyway, broken team. We're moving on to Max.
Max, this team looks like a me team kind of.
Yeah, it's
There's
got a
like
bunch of the guys that you
Hariyama,
like.
Licky Licky, Weezing. I like Sandy Shocks a lot. I like his little like top knot, his like made of iron fillings.
Mm-hmm. Sandy Shocks, I think, is quite good. I really wanted to get it.
Pretty good.
I think offensive attackers that can pivot and also on the switches that they force, like set up hazards, are quite strong. Especially for offense, because like you want to be able to have hazard game that doesn't involve like a passive dude. And Sandy
I like that
Shocks and
there's.
like things like Gren, like Ash Gren in the past, like things like that, like have that role.
Yeah.
I think it's really strong.
I like that there's no bad Pokemon on here. Like Ninjask, like because one can run like Choice Band if you want. Infiltrator, not bad. Into some
Yeah,
comps, like hey.
like, you don't even need speed
Um,
boost on this guy. So.
because there's a lot of screens
Mm-hmm.
like in this division so far. Like everybody has just like Choice Bandit or something, Infiltrator, and like do your thing.
Yeah.
Um,
It has like no moves, but it's a 40. So.
it's a 40. And it's a bug flying type, so like you might need.
Mm-hmm.
um, but like Hydra. I mean, Hydreigon hits really hard. It's really. It's really hard.
Yeah,
Like hey, like I'm with it.
I think this like these first four are like game into every team, like
Yeah.
offensively, and like Mantine and Bronzong and like Weezing and Licky Licky to an extent, like good enough defensive core to like
Oh yeah, the
also
all
have you
those
into any team.
defensive pieces are usable, like very usable. Like
Mm-hmm.
not like oh like this is like counters one. I'm picking like dog shit ass like 40 pointer that like I'm picking Gorgeist into Zygarde 50%.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of that stuff in Draft League, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
These Pokemon though are all just like good.
Yeah.
Like they could all be 100 pointers and I would be like, yeah, sure, why not?
That's kind of thing. He didn't pick from really like high end. He only has
Yeah.
140. Everything else is like 60, 80,
Oh yeah, that
120,
was very good.
160. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a lot of
I'm a big old fan of this.
resources at your disposal. I don't hate it, that's for sure.
All right, we're moving on.
All right.
So this is Lily's team.
Is
The
this Lily's final team?
I don't know if she's gonna change or not. She's been like talking about it. We'll figure
Okay.
it out. But Qianpao round 11 got me fucked up.
She probably hurts.
Qianpao Enamorus is stressful.
This lo-fi is um getting kind of ravey. It's like a
Is
little
it?
less lo-fi and a little more like.
Well, I have
No,
it
we
on
can
very
we can
low
keep playing.
volume.
No, we can you can keep it going. It's just funny to me that it was like I was like, am I playing the world's hardest game right now? Like, is this like
The vibe of like us very sleepily and casually discussing people's teams.
And it was like, oops, oops, and I'm like, damn, pass the Molly, um,
Meanwhile, I'm in a K hole. Anyway,
yeah,
Qianpao's really good.
Chip was really good.
Yeah.
I think Enamorus and Aegislash are also really good.
One issue I have is Pinsir is your rocker, and that's it. You're not bringing Pinsir much, if ever, to be honest.
I'm bringing Pinsir every game so I can use Stealth Rock and do a Magic Bounce Pokemon.
Yeah, the Magic Bounce Pokemon that everybody has on their team.
I do.
Like, Pinsir is so hard to bring when you have another physical breaker of any sort.
Right. I'm kidding, of course.
No, I
But
know,
I,
yeah.
I think it's a for a 40 pointer. I think it's totally fine. Like it's good. It has Moxie. It has 85 base speed. You choice scarf that bitch. Like it has 125 attack. Like it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love how many Pokemon. There's going to be 4 heavy duty boots on this team at all times.
Yeah.
I think Frostmoth goes crazy with Terra. I think Oricorio obviously got a buff with Terra, and it's cheap. Um, I have no qualms with this except for the hats.
Yeah, just
And
like
maybe
minor
it could
things.
use a ground type.
Yeah, I don't know ground. I mean, who cares about Psychic and Rock?
But like all the good ground types are expensive. I was looking for one too, and I'm like, damn, like there's no ground
Yeah, like mid
types.
rounds, I was
It's
like,
hard.
I was looking for a ground type. I was like, literally, I
Yeah.
can only get Donphan.
I think next season I'm like first picking Tusk or something. I think
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like, all right, let
You kind
me.
of got to prioritize a ground type, I think, these days.
Yeah,
But I really like this team. I don't know if it needs much, to be
the
honest.
next team doesn't have ground type either.
She was
None of
thinking
these
about
teams have ground
Gliscor. I
types.
remember her in chat. She was like trying to make Gliscor work somehow. I imagine that would drop one of like an Amorous or Chiempao or something for that
Hmm.
in the process. But I mean, Gliscor is just as broken. I'd probably have the same opinion about it if it was on here.
I just like Qian Pao and Amorous Aegislash, even like a Swords Dance
So it's
Frostmoth.
Dance
A
what?
lot of these Pokemon Sceptile.
Yeah,
A lot of these Pokemon can break through and win the game for you, right?
yeah.
Like I don't think,
And they can
um,
all like break for each other. Like if you have any
yeah,
two of them, one of them's gonna damage whatever the other one needs chipped.
yeah. And also, I mean, your removal being Frostmoth and Oreo is a little
Oh,
suspect.
true. Yeah,
So I think there's gonna be a lot of boot rocking. But I
yeah.
mean, if this team had like a reliable spitter, I think it would go so crazy. Like
It
I think
just
it's pretty
yeah, it
good.
just needs
Its
like
top
one of
end's
those
really
guys
good.
that does both. Like I don't know if they're
Yeah.
available anymore. I know like Ferocious is gone, Donphan's gone, etc. But one of
I
those
think
guys on
Fortress is
here.
so bad. I think I know like I'm gonna piss some people off. But like using Fortress, I'm like, this thing is the worst momentum sink I have ever. Like you get up rocks and then like you remove the your opponent is like, oh, thank you for setting up your rocks with a Pokemon that cannot do damage like at all ever.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're welcome. Like you just like take it to the face. I
Hmm.
just don't like Fortress
I get that.
after like Gen 5.
It needs to work with a certain kinds of team members because like you can vault out to things. You can set up. It's really good. Has like roll compression as far as like hazard spin, status stuff, etc.
Hmm.
But you can't. You don't want to get trapped in the situation where you're like giving so many free turns because you can't meaningfully threaten something.
Yeah,
Oh, my Lotta got flip turn. I forgot about that.
that's pretty good.
That's really good. Anyway, I think this is quite threatening.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
All right,
If you
let's talk
want.
about Nolan.
I think this is the best team Nolan's had so far.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's super strong. I don't really like Nolan doesn't put up like bad teams, but I don't remember having like this extremely positive vibe
Yeah,
about
I
it
think the
before.
first six are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frostlass is fine. I think the bottom end I could do without. I
Yeah.
think Hisuian Evlug is one of the worst one of all time, probably. Um, like fully evolved, got a new form. Like we're not talking right. We're not talking about Pokemon I'd be farm off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hisuian Evlug.
You were sadly cutting out again.
Oh, should I switch to my phone or something?
Yeah, if you want.
Give me one moment. You can keep talking.
Okay. I mean, I think Rillaboom plus Zard is extremely strong. I know it weakens your Earthquake a little bit. It's like takes away like a coverage option from Zard, but like the passive recovery you get from that and like weakening other people's Earthquakes into your Zard gives you a lot of free turns. You don't have to play the like mega or not megaing mind game when you're doing a Dragon Dance a lot of the time. And, like passive recovery for like Suicune Screamtail is really strong.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, I think Rillaboom, grassy terrain helps Scrimtail, Suicune a lot.
Grassy Terrain
Um,
maybe
I
lets
think
Hisuian Avalugg do something. Maybe.
I wouldn't uh be blasphemous like that,
Like
but
maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of shit
I
40s on
think
people's teams.
yeah, no, it's a shit 40. I think um
It's just unworkable
yeah,
Spadef is the problem. Like you can deal with the typing if it has an actual Spadef stat.
yeah, because then it would just be like a stack attacker type guy.
Like it's more frail than Cartana on the special side.
Yeah, is it really?
Wait,
I
I might be
believe
lying. It's
like
close. The fact that it's even close is good enough.
right is a little sad because it also doesn't have a speed stat. Um, but the good stuff about it's really good. I think Mega Charizard X is a great win con. And Rillaboom supports it. And Screamtail does is a great glue mod, like low
Hmm.
key. Like people, I think people sleep on Screamtail.
I did it
I have I,
first.
I have no qualms with the first 6 or 7 Pokemon,
Yeah, I'm a big
and
fan.
the others, like everybody else's team. So I think it's a good team.
Another ground typeless team.
Ground typeless team.
A lot of those.
I think mine was no, I had Flag. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is quite a strong team. I
yeah.
am looking forward to Nolan's Reign of Terror. And we're moving on.
I hope it happens.
Now we have Vanjie, which is like the
This is
OU Rain Core right here.
from like Gen like not this one, but from
Like,
some Gen.
honestly, 7. Like, Barraskewda, just replace it with whatever rain guy is around at the time.
Is this okay? So who do you think this is better? Do you think it's Vanjie's or do you think it's Anthony's?
I think it's Vanjie's.
I think so too. I
Because
think
it's more of a complete team around the rain. Whereas, like, Anthony's team is, like, rain or bust.
Okay. I mean, Torn is a great abuser and it's broken in its own right, and then Ferrothorn is a great abuser. And Fernape's weird on it,
Yeah, it is sticking out a bit.
but
Especially because of the point totals here. Like, we're running, like, a really strong rain core, but this slot for Infernape is going to be hard to work in. And once you've taken all these 5, you're working with, like, very low
right,
tier
because
guys.
Fernape is expensive, right?
Mhm.
And it just like doesn't fit. But
So I'm a
um,
little skeptical there. I mean, it's still usable, but like it's not going to be as valuable as it would without rain.
sure. I'm interested in seeing like Terra Infernape maybe. I think like
Hmm.
Terra Electric Thunder Punch with Iron would be like
Yeah,
really cool if we got to see it.
I agree.
Um,
I mean, I think it would be a shame for if at any point Barraskewda is there under rain for it to not be the one terraing.
I mean, right. Is
I mean, obviously
Barraskewda in general
sometimes.
like does it know Terra Blast? I don't think so, right?
I don't know, but like just these weather guys, you just want to like terra into your weather boosted
You
stab and
Terra
just
Water and
crunch.
like kaboom 'em, right?
Yeah.
But I think like Terra Electric, Terra Grass, like beat another water type, beat it something.
Hmm.
Because Barraskewda's coverage is like it has Darken Fighting. It doesn't have the um like Ice Punch. It doesn't have the usable.
Like the things to cover for water. Like you get good
Yeah.
neutral stuff, which is good enough sometimes, especially if you're like running bandit or whatever.
Hmm.
But it misses out on like a thunder punch or an ice punch or stuff like those kinds of coverage moves. Yeah, my only concern with this team really is like trying to get good value out of the lower tier guys. Like I like them. Komala's good, Dracology's alright, like you got
I think
webs.
Masquerade's obviously a standout. I mean, I don't know if you just watched the real agency OU
I
tier
did. I
list.
fell asleep to it and then watched it
But
again.
Masquerade was like really high up there. And obviously that's like some of these kind of niche like bad Pokemon
Hmm.
are subjected to the Pokemon meta. So if like
And like their own move
Masquerade
pools and whatever, yeah.
it just does well into like great Tuscan stuff, so it's like doing well right now. So
I think it's one of the more strong Webbers, like because it's got like Intim and like you can like get like extra support out of it.
yeah,
Sometimes Rabombi just kind of comes in, does it once and dies. Sometimes Galvantul's like an offensive guy. Like Masquerade's
right,
like got its own web niche, I think.
yeah. Because Masquerade, like Gal, you're like, okay, the opportunity cost. Like, do I want to attack or do I want to webs?
Hmm.
Masquerade, you're never attacking.
Yeah,
you're 40 points.
you're
Or
fine. You're doing that. You can
you
defog
picked up
first. Like,
Master and not somebody else, so you can afford better guns.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Masquerade's perfectly good here.
yeah. Electrode's bad.
Yeah. It's just sort of what happens when you get these
Yeah.
weather teams get
I will say
expensive.
though, I think Kabutops, I don't think it's a 40 or a 60, probably a 40, but I think it's really good on rain. I think it's
Yeah,
like the
that's a
Swift
solid low. Like Masquerade
the
and
solid
Kabutops are
roll.
definitely like,
Yeah.
and Komala's an 80 now, so I wouldn't really call it like low tier. But
Yeah.
there's like good ones here, but like I think my main gripe is just like Infernape could that those points could be used better for this team
Yeah. Well, you
now.
got to realize that Vanjie's favorite thing in the world is the Sinnoh region. So
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's gonna be, you know,
so true. Well, it's actually the only Sinnoh guy here.
that's why.
Gotta have the rep.
Well, he's the only fire type in the Sinnoh region, so
True.
it's like him and Rapidash, right?
Yeah.
Outside of Platinum. Yeah.
I mean,
All
overall,
right.
I like this team. I think it could be
Fine.
better just with that slot. Basically,
Yeah, but
everything else
you know
is
what though?
fantastic.
I think, yeah, honestly, every week I'm bringing Pelipper, Barraskewda, Ferrothorn, Torntea, um,
And then two.
Masquerain, Golurk. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's why that's my Infernape gripe. Like that one doesn't feel like it can come all the time.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, impressive
I
team.
think Cheese has a great team.
These team's devious. Look at this top four.
Devious like
Como is borderline bannable
maybe.
in Terra.
I think Como is it's really really good, and often I find myself preparing to play against it. I'm like, oh no, this thing can do anything. But then I look at its stat spread and I go, kind of a master of none thing. Like kind of like it can do anything, but like it doesn't have like the 147 like attack stat that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Blubber has. Like it's not gonna one shot me. Really has to set up.
Like even the belly
Uh,
drum sets, like sometimes you'll find yourself not
oh
OHKOing
yeah, no,
things.
belly drum. That's true. That one kind of goes crazy.
But even then,
Um,
there's gonna be times where like your drain punch is not completing the job somehow.
yeah, I've seen it happen. Um, but
Clefable Slowbro is really strong, like super competent defensive core that enables offensive pieces really well, just because it can like take
I
literally anything and pivot out.
there is going to be team comps on this list of teams that could lose to like Clefable, Slowbro, Slurpuff, Palisand, Munchlax.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I think Clefable, Slowbro, like on their own, kind of enable something. And the offense guys around them are like, whoa,
like
like
Meow plus Como
using
with these guys is nuts.
right, like every game. And I'm not saying that that team is like I'm gonna bring Como, Clefable, Slowbro, Masquerada every game if this is
Hmm.
my team, not because it's limited in what it could do, but because like it's so good.
Yeah, these mons,
Like
all
not
four of
because
these
the other.
guys are so versatile that they're providing huge value versus anything.
Mm,
They all have like 13
yeah,
sets.
exactly.
Now, obviously, this is really top heavy, and you can see it in the bottom, like Wishcast,
But I'll say
Bastiodon.
I think here's the thing: you have two ground types with a different sets of weaknesses.
Hmm.
The team isn't super grass heavy. So like that's good. Like because when you get a bad ground type, the issue is like what you could like the electric type that I'm trying to beat is just gonna bring like hidden power,
Yeah,
right, or something like that. I think this team handles that well.
yeah.
I think like those 40 pointers are Pelotons like what 100, but the ground types are good.
I didn't know Wishcast
Um,
got Stealth Rock and Spikes. That's pretty good.
it does this gen, yeah. Most ground types did this gen. I think Munchlax is cool too.
Yeah, Munchlax is like, you drafted that guy one time. That was fun.
I didn't. Sheej did, but
Oh, did you just talk about it? Or I thought you did.
I didn't. I don't think I drafted him. I drafted Lickitung, but I just talked about him.
Fair.
I drafted Snorlax like twice, I think. Um, but I think he's really good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think he helps you with your thick fat always a strong ability, and this team has no issue with fighting types.
Yeah.
So.
I would complain about Talonflame being only removal, but to be honest, this team is so strong against hazards. Like Clefable, like Regenerator, none of them are. Nothing's really weak to rock besides
No,
Talonflame, which
I
would run
mean
boots.
you could like. I mean, Talonflame runs defog every time, and it has priority defog.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been on this team. Like, there's no rock weak guys. So it's fine.
Yeah, he just boots the rest if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, really strong. I've been saying that for every team, I think. But that one is really strong. All right, we're on to Claude.
This is Claude's team.
Mm-hmm.
This is better than the first time I looked at it.
Yeah, when we first looked at it, it was... there was Valiant, there was Abomasnow, and something else.
Great Tusk was
Heatran?
like way late, right?
Yeah, Great Tusk like in the middle of the
Yeah.
draft. It was like Heatran, Valiant, Abomasnow, and I was like, what's good with that?
Right. But now we could see like I mean
Mhm.
Great Tusk, Valiant, Heatran, G-Weave thing. It was a great top end, I think.
She didn't commit to the bit with drafting Snom. She dropped Snom for Houndoom.
No.
Can you believe it?
I think that is a great decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no homophobes to mirror coat with a Snom this season, so I think that we'll be fine without a Snom on the roster.
I don't know. This year, I'm thinking like 2024 might be like my homophobic arc. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe pick it back up just in case.
Yeah, Cookie too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what the world needs, to be honest, is like a little bit more like hatred of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Galarian Weezing's one of my favorite Pokemon. I think its defensive profile and like all sorts of good stuff.
This is really strong. Like Tusk Valiant, obviously, Heatran, obviously. Like getting good value on the low tiers with like, I love the like little 2-piece Weather Core for like snow usually because like it's cheap.
I like both the normal types. They're different. And they're
Mhm.
good.
Rigraph's probably good value where it is.
I like Explode. He goes,
Mhm.
boom. He goes. Yeah, they're cool. You have anything else to say?
No, not really. This is great.
Yeah. I got no issues.
Yeah, I don't have any issues.
Are the I think the double fighting types, they have their weaknesses covered well, right?
Yeah,
Like there's like a couple electric types down there, a couple ice types for the flying types. And then psychic isn't I mean there's a dark type there. But like I mean like Tusk and Valiant both have ways to hit
like
psychic types.
Weezing especially covers them really well.
Oh, for fairy weakness too, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Just being like defensive in general too.
Yeah, I think this team is adaptable and does what it needs to do, and there's some 2 pieces in there. You know, it's fine. It's good. Okay. I would give it a 8 out of 10.
I'm with it. We're talking about Gil now.
So I would go. This is a stronger team.
I want to say slightly.
Yeah.
Just like Roaring Moon Urshifu feels like better than Tusk Valiant. Like as far as
Do
like
people
the
like
value there.
Urshifu? Like, is Urshifu anybody's favorite Pokemon?
I kind of doubt it.
Because I
It's
really hate
cool.
him. I think Hubfu is an ugly son of a bitch. He looks a lot like. Have you ever watched Hunter x Hunter?
No.
Okay, well, there's like a little kung fu boy that they meet in Heaven's Arena, where like the arc that they explain the magic system in, and he looks just like Hubfu, this little boy, and I want to put him in the blender, and then like make fruit letter out of him, like in the oven.
Oh, that would be delicious.
Yeah. Um,
I'm
but
sorry you feel that way.
I just think Urshifu is so ugly, and I don't like them. I think, why did that part of the DLC exist?
I honestly
Just
can't
because of a guy
imagine
named Mustard.
having a strong opinion about Urshifu's looks. He's fine. He's just hanging out.
I don't know. How is he a bear? He doesn't look a bear. I don't know what it's. He looks like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of
But
yourself.
I am every day. I go to conversion therapy.
Thank God. Soon enough.
I was that strong. Mr. Perrier is really strong. That guy is probably underpriced.
I agree
Um,
there. Kind of
yeah.
overlooked, I think.
Didn't he get Belly Bolt last season?
Hmm.
Swag.
It's not bad. It's like really bulky. He's got to
Yeah, no.
try to get value out of it. Is all. It's like because this has so few moves.
Shuckle's great. Like, because it has webs and rocks and stuff.
Yeah, that's just like a fit there, just because it was pretty
You
lacking
just
before that.
like that, right? The other guys are like, whatever, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm like
Top Man's great. I'm like
the
really scared
low
of
end
this
is
game.
like
I'm
Island of
glad I
Misfit
don't have
Toys
to
vibe.
until that. What'd you say?
I said low end. The low end is a bit like Island of Misfit Toys vibe, but
Yeah, but that's like always. But here's what I think. I think Articuno is great because it has as a 40. Is it a 40 or a 60?
I don't remember. I think it's 40. Yeah, it's 40. Yeah.
Whatever it is. It's with boots it's fine. Right? It doesn't take 2%. Great defenses, and has freeze dry, which is like the best attacking move in the game.
Mhm.
That like you're not looking for a status condition or something. Obviously not like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but if you're gonna have an ice type, like get one that has freeze dry.
Yeah.
Furfro is like oddly has like utility. Like it's like I think it's one of the better like T-wave spreaders. Because of fur coat and its natural bulk, like special. It has 90 SPDF, which is
Mhm.
like weird for a dog.
Yeah.
And good speed and U-turn and stuff. And almost our Shell Smash.
I think Gil did a good job of finding things from 40s, even if they're like shitmons that wasn't present on the team
That-
already.
Yeah. That like if you're looking for something that works and you can't find it, like Furfro probably works.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
bare minimum type working.
Yeah. It's not Dustox.
No.
No.
This is strong. I'm gonna keep saying that. And we're moving on. We got Slay.
Gil says I had 340s sniped before Furfro.
Yeah, he
I'm
sure
gonna
did.
say swag. We're on Slays.
Yep.
Slay posted a meme in I believe Nitton's the Surfer. And it was like my draft team. And it was like the joke, like you ever seen the drawing of the horse and like the first half is like really pretty and great and amazing. And the second half looks like shit, like drawn by a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So that's what she thought her team looked like. And then I saw the team, and I'm like, that's not true. This
No,
team
it's
is
not.
good.
Yeah, it is.
It's not true. Like this team is good because everybody's 40s are crap. They're 40s. That's what they're supposed to do. They're Pokemon that don't have niche on a team.
Yeah.
And I think these are good.
I think also this season, the 40s truly became shitmons this season.
They really did because we have 80s and 60s now. Yeah.
Things kept going up, so like, I don't know if I necessarily want it to be this way, but at least for now, the 40s suck, and except for with few exceptions. So now all the teams, like, I got used to finding. That's why I always used to go top heavy, because I was always able to find things I was able to get at least some value out of, and they didn't jump out at the screen to me and say this has no point. But this time it was really hard to find valuable low
Well,
tiers.
the Goth of the 40 is crazy.
Yeah, that could go up.
The Goth is really good. Is double a 40 or a 60?
That's a 40. But double sucks.
Double does not suck. Double is sick.
No, it sucks.
No, it sucks. Double's good. What are you talking about?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Double's better than Oinkalon.
Yeah. They both suck. Anyway, Corviknight Tinglu.
Bulletproof and cotton guard body press. Like that's a win con.
Kinda.
What do you mean kinda?
It sucks. Anyway, Tinglu Corviknight is
Okay.
really good.
I believe in this bottom end.
Oh, me too.
Iron Bundle has no switch-ins. Tinglu Corviknight, great defensive backbone. Hawlucha is a staple on any team that has terrain.
Yep. Pinkarchin plus
up
Lucha
here.
or Raichu is like all the offense you need half the time.
Right.
Like you
A
can
little
play
bit,
a
yeah,
pretty
a little
slow
rough,
game with
like-
this team. Like you just kind of you have Corviknight Tinglu, chipping down things with Bundle. You're like slowly getting the chip, and then eventually like Hawlucha is like just wins on the spot.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and then when somebody has like Ice Shard for like Hawlucha, you like come in with your Bolton or something. The guys in the bottom aren't bad at all. I think this team is good. Not any serious flaws.
All right, you ready? I'm gonna say the line. Okay, this is pretty strong. Anyway, let's move on.
Pretty strong.
We'll talk about Viv.
Viv.
Remember in the top 3 preview, we just used the soundboard and said, "I'm going to just make his whole career."
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I going back to that, like Slowking and Moongus Mienshao are all great Pokemon. But I think Galvantula is good. This team doesn't have offense mons that are win conditions.
Well, it does have Tyranitar Stoutland, which is close to that.
But the rest of the team doesn't work well around that. I think I think having like Regenerator helps you mitigate sand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also hurts your longevity. If other Pokemon don't care about their health threshold, they just want to kill you. And like your Pokemon do care about being relatively healthy, and you have like Tyranitar, it's kind of weird, right?
Well, honestly,
Because Tyranitar, like sand stall is no longer a thing. This
Yeah.
isn't 80.
I mean, honestly, I want to push back on that a little bit just because there's been a couple times where once anyway, I drafted like Mega T-Tar, but it wasn't a sand team. It was just kind of there, and it was really strong. But like the chip is not that big a deal. Like your opponent's not going to have 3 Regenerator guys, and your opponent's not going to have everything immune to it. So in the end, it's hurting them slightly more, and then also is providing an avenue into a cheap win con like Stoutland. That being said, I'd like to see another guy for Tyranitar besides just Stoutland, but
And I will say, the Pokemon around Tyranitar support its fighting and ground weakness immensely. Like
Yeah.
these are great
it's
Pokemon
covered.
for Tyranitar's like physical typing weaknesses.
Hmm.
But I don't know, it's weird to me.
I kind of disagree on the weirdness, but I do agree that I want this team to have like one more like a threatening offensive piece. Like on a Togekiss, Mienshao, Galvantula, they're all offensive pieces, but they're not doing something unfair, which you want to have on your team somewhere.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I would just like to see another Sand Abuser, to be honest. But I do think the team is going to be quite strong. I think that the Sand Chip will be pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just think I'm not immediately threatened. Maybe.
Oh, well, there I do agree. It's like it's kind of a lot of guys. It's kind of like just the point threshold of the team too. There's like Slow King, Tyranitar are the only things above like 160, and everything else is in that middle tier where it's like good but not broken. And so it kind of is reflected in the team. I would like to see like slight one
Does
more
the
like threat.
team? Is the team? Is this really 100? Like 1100 points?
Not exactly, but like, wait, Moongus is
'Cause
140 now, right?
it's probably worth it. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. Feels like Amolga, Jumpluff, and Malamar are trash.
Well, Malamar might not be with Terra. Might be kind of sick.
Malamar's pretty good. I think Terra Fighting would be sick.
I don't like Emolga
Um,
and Jumpluff, but
right. I mean,
40s are
Amolga's
shit
like
mons.
egregiously bad,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
don't know. I'm not as sour on it as you are, but I think it could be slightly better.
not super sour on it. Just after the couple teams we got, where I was like, yes, there was like a vision that I liked. This
Hmm.
one's a little funky to me, but it's I'm seeing it. I'm getting
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just I think the vision is not one that I would personally follow, but that's fine.
All right. I'm gonna say the line. This is strong. I'm going on.
Hmm.
All right, we're talking about Jim.
Jim Heffernan. Um, Jim got both uh the Pokemon with the move.
Your revival blessing,
Yeah. And then made the team name around the Revival Blessing.
which
I
is
like
fun.
when I like when people are strong enough players that like they like meme and they like make memes and then we don't like trash them for it. We're not like, what is this?
Like when Jim
Because like
picks up
you know
something, and if I previously didn't agree with, I'm gonna be like, wait, is he cooking though?
is it good? 'Cause that's like maybe, I don't know.
Like
Um
I don't know. Like I don't really know how to foresee how the double revival blessing is honestly gonna go. Like if it's valuable enough or not.
I think his differential might be better
M-
because of it.
Maybe, but like the mons that are clicking that move are really not
Survive that?
living after that, you know?
I don't think so, no.
And then the guy is like 50% and then comes in, and then if you're already up, you're going to win anyway. If you're already down, then like I guess you got like one differential back.
Yeah, something like that. Um, do you think Blaziken's a strong Pokemon?
I think it's strong. I don't know how
Is
strong.
it 200?
I don't want to. I want to say no, but and like this is one of the few things I actually look
Like
towards
no, like
ladder for.
is it on our list? Is it a 200?
Oh no, it's a 180.
180.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like one of the things I look towards
Yeah,
ladder
fine.
for. Like, it has not been doing anything since Speed Boost got like allowed back into OU. It has not been anywhere for anything in any singles metagame.
Yeah,
And so
maybe
it's
with
like
V move or something, but
I don't know,
I
Blaziken
kind of
being
sleep
broken
on
is such an
Blaziken.
artifact of like 10 years ago at this point that I'm a bit skeptical of it actually being that, but you look at it, it's still Speed Boost, Swords Dance with Terra is still going to be extremely strong.
Yeah. I mean, it beat me one game last season. I think it's strong.
No, yeah,
Ish.
for sure.
Like not like
But not
right.
like
There's something about it that
was
makes me
banned,
go
you know?
like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I think Hisuian and Gudra is one of the better Pokemon that benefits in a draft format and not in a ladder format because like all the ground types running around and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Half these teams
They're
don't
on
even
every
have ground
team.
types.
Exactly. I think Gudra is really strong because
Gudra might be a
it's
really good recipient of Revival Blessing just because 50% of this thing's HP is like 200%
right.
of Blaziken's.
Do any of these Pokemon have Wish or Healing to bring a Pokemon that's been survived like back to full or something? Is there one of those?
I hid that tab. Let me see. Oh, yeah,
I think Raptor might
Daxbun
have
has
Healing
Wish,
Wish.
which is a small wish, and Palmot also has it.
Pokemon has Wish. All I want to happen is I want Jim to bring max HP, max speed, um, rest, sleep talk, nuzzle, revival blessing. Palmont.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I feel like he's gonna do it. I have no idea how to assess whether or not that's dog shit or really good.
No, it's sick.
Cause like this
I
thing.
don't care if it's dog shit or really good. I think
No, it
it's
is sick, but like it's 70,
because you can
70,
revive
60
like
bulk is not good.
yeah. But what if you're in against their 40 pointer? What if their last Pokemon is like freaking? Here's the thing, right? You're fighting somebody, and oh no, my last Pokemon is my Choice Band Terra Dark Sucker Punch guy, right?
Hmm.
And you bring in Palmont, and you're like, I'm gonna win out of +1, and then you use Revival
Yeah.
Blessing 5 times with rest and
Well,
sleep talk,
the thing
and
about that is,
now you get a +6.
Jim's gonna be in the playoffs, regardless of whether or not he got good plus or not. And
That's true.
once you get to the playoffs, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So there's
Do you like Mega Abomasnow and Sandslash as like a little two piece? Do you like
that's
those guys?
it's pretty strong because those guys are pretty useful outside of each other and they're cheap.
I think Sandslash with triple axle is pretty strong.
Or does it have it now? Is it a recent development?
I think it has had it at least
I
in
don't
Gen
think
8
it
it
had it
did.
in Gen 8. Or maybe it
It
did. I
did.
just didn't pay attention after
No,
the
it
VLC meta.
it's baby. The baby was really good in Little Cup with it.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
is pretty good. It kind of needs that extra power. Because it's only got 100 attack.
Its stats are so optimized for its base stat total. It has 25 special attack.
Hmm.
I did not realize how bad wishy-washy stats were.
Yeah.
And it's like, no,
It
like, that's
should.
really funny.
I should have put
The
school
worst
for
power period.
him.
Like really funny.
I think this team turned out pretty good considering he froze for like the first 3 rounds, thinking the draft was the next day. If I was in that situation, I'd be panic picking a bunch of nonsense, and I'd be changing it all
Like,
before week
fun.
1.
And he has time to change stuff if he doesn't like
Yeah.
some of it. I think it's fine. I think Jellicent's a good Pokemon. I think all these Pokemon are good on their own right.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Mega Abomasnow, but
But even that, there's
that
some
got
merit
better.
to it, just because of like the
It got
intense
better. It's
stats.
like 105 defense with like the new snow boost situation.
Yeah, like it
Something
might need to go up, to be honest.
maybe it's not bad at all. Yeah, I think he's been doing this thing of like picking megas that are kind of memey for like to
Yeah.
try to get him a.
Well,
Yeah,
he
it's
like
fine.
first picks like the mons that he sees to be more valuable than the rest of the on the tier list, and we have him there, and he just like grabs them and is like, "All right, let's make this work."
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what? This is strong.
So we didn't talk about. I'll say really quick. I think the highlight of this team for me is I think Nidoking is strong and wins games,
Hmm.
and I think Hisuian Gudra is a crazy ass Gloomon, and I think Mandibot's a crazy ass Gloomon, and when you give a
Jellicent
good
even.
player, huh?
Even Jellicent is really strong for that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think when you give like a strong player, like a decent like cup, like oh here's a Pokemon, couple bulky guys, one of them can do some damage. He'll put some work in. It's fine.
For sure. All right, let's talk about Vanita. So Vanita
So
made a
I think
change. Perugly came in for Garbodor, so that's there now.
oh, Garbodor was there before.
Hmm.
Okay, Pearl is there now.
Yep.
I think that's probably good because there's a bunch of Pokemon with P-Spikes on this team, and that's kind of all Garbodor did.
Yeah, there's already 2
Uh,
poison types without it, so
yeah, I think. So Vanita had she had like her first 3, and I was like, okay, like what do you want to do with this? And she was like, and I was like, why don't you get Celesteela? And I'm like glad that it worked out because I think this team's top end is now like kind of usable. I think Celesteela Quasire work really well together.
yeah. So I'll see the Clodsire is pretty strong. Cloyster, Alakazam are like opposite those, just like being really like potent offensive only situations.
Yeah.
everything's riding on Celestial Clodsire here. It feels like, because nothing else is really supporting. Everything else is like, I'm gonna do damage on my own.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah,
Because
because
I
those
think
two are
that's
strong enough to do that.
Vanita's pretty new to competitive Pokemon,
Mhm.
and I think she's just gonna need some Pokemon to that click buttons, and I think that's what Alakazam does, that's what Gallade
That's
does,
the best way
that's
to
what
go
Frozen
about
does.
it to begin with. You just like get
Yeah,
like
they
some
just
click
have to click
buttons
buttons. They
ass
don't really
motherfuckers.
have. Yeah,
I'm a
I'm
big
cool
fan
with
of
it.
Gallade now with sharpness, which is not
Me
listed
too.
here yet.
But it hits hard.
Mhm.
Um, there was a good Dark type on there for the Psychic types. Take advantage of.
Yeah, and I think Magic Bounce is pretty good for um just the longevity of the defensive core here. Is like they're not gonna get burned. They're not gonna. Well, they might, but like they're less likely to get burned. They're less likely to have to deal with hazards. Because like Cloyster and Vespiquen are the hazard removal. It's like
Mhm.
not very bringable there. But there's a lot of hazards that she can just pressure with, like to force them to defog if she really wants to. Toxicity is
Uh,
probably broken with Terra.
who is?
Toxicity, just like Terra normal boom burst.
I don't know about broken, but
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
usable. Yeah, I think good.
Yeah, good. Good is what I
Uh,
meant. I just like saying broken.
yeah, that'll do. We're getting right.
Garbink? That's broken.
Did you know that Perugly is the fastest Defiant user?
Really?
I think
That's
so.
kind of funny. I want to see
Me,
Perugly pop off. I hope it does one day.
sort them by speed. Yep, yep. It has 112 speed. Tornadus has 111, as does Thundurus. So Perugly is the fastest Pokemon with Defiant. Not the strongest by any
Definitely
stretch of the
not. Yeah.
imagination. It is the fastest, which is cool, I guess.
Mhm.
It probably should have an evolution called like
Per gusting. Per disgusting.
yeah.
Cat stupid.
Um, I'm ready to move on. This seems like it does some stuff. It doesn't do other things.
I'm
Nice.
also ready to move on.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's my team.
I love your team. This sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of shit.
What is this crap?
Um, I really
You want
like.
to talk about?
I really like this. I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is the first season without um, item clause. It's an awkward time to bring like Goldengo plus hazards, but I've been thinking like if somebody wants to bring 6 boots versus me, that's all right. Cause now I don't have to deal with other shit.
That's true. I mean, you don't have specs and life orb and scars and stuff like that, and I think you have Samurott has knockoff and it's
Yeah,
stab strong in its own right, and Donphan has knockoff
yeah,
and Wacky has knockoff, and you're good. You're solid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to use this team. I love Goldengo so much. He's just like he's like this little guy, you know.
I
Oh, someone's a little baby.
I'm a little tired. What was I gonna say? I think I've said this to you before, but I think Rotom is a fantastic pick on spike stacking teams because you're immune to them yourself, and electric and grass, you beat every water type, and you beat every ground type,
Mhm.
and you beat every flying type. Like all like the hazard removal like guys, you like threaten them with
Mhm.
Rotom, and I think that's great.
I I think I found really good value in the lower tiers. I kind of am a colossal believer now after last season. I was a big fan of it.
I think the Terra is really cool.
Yeah, I wrote Terra Bug once, and it worked.
I think you should probably end your life.
Yeah, I might think about that.
Terra
Blackie, I
bug.
think, is deserves to be higher than a 40, but
Yeah, you forgot about it. I think there was just a lot of NFUs down there since we took them off the list because
yeah,
it was ridiculously long. And we can go and we have a little, so everybody knows, we have a little like list of them that we're thinking about, like that we're going to revisit.
mm-hmm.
And some of them might be 60s or 80s or something. I mean, Thwacky's probably only a 60 because it's
Yeah, yeah,
faster,
yeah.
kind of what. Yeah.
Knackle Stack was another thing I was thinking about, although I don't know
Mm.
necessarily, but like Salt Cure, Recover,
Probably could be a 60. I mean,
yeah,
it is a rock type, but it's just, yeah.
yeah. I'm really
Um,
excited to use this team. I think Webb's plus like Zapdos is broken. I think Cecil's Edge is
Agree.
broken. Mega Glalie is
um,
pretty fun.
yeah, I think this team's not bad.
Yeah. All right, hear me out. This is
Okay.
strong. Let's talk about Ninkata.
Ninkata has guys. I like that. I think Mega Beedrill is a very strong Pokemon that is held back by not being able to run heavy duty boots, and this team has 17 ways of hazard removal, and that's fantastic. Low key, okay, the swaggiest thing about this whole team is Glimmet.
Yeah, I was thinking about Glimmet too. I'm really glad that he was thinking about
I
it.
really like Glimmet. I low key that little like root vegetable.
I love
It
it.
is really he's really swag.
I have like 3 shiny Glimmet in my Scarlet in my Violet right now.
I wanna like get a Glimmet like in the wild. Like I wanna like run around that cave and shiny hunt one like in real life and then pick it up and like hold it like a blaster at my friends on the playground. Like he's just I don't
Oh,
know.
I love
I
Glimmet
like
so much.
that.
Like,
Um
what are you? Um,
we're getting silly.
yeah, it's too late.
Um
It's too late.
it's too late.
I think
I
Feeny
got out
Treads,
of the snake.
like discussed on the team preview thing for the first 3 rounds, was a
Yeah,
really
the
nice
first two
core.
great. Dark one is good. Has a speed stat. Has special attack stat. There's yeah. I mean, like the threats on this team are like Mega Beedrill, Darkrai,
A lot, like
and
really fast too for those guys.
yeah, like the speed tiers are great,
Yeah,
and you
like
don't have to worry about
you can
webs
even
and
get
stuff.
Iron Treads, boost energy up really high, etc.
Yeah. What did Milwaukee used to say about Feeney? Or it was Quillfish is just Tapu Fini.
Yeah, it was a
Because
fun
it had
meme.
the same speed and special and attacking stat. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
No, it's actually
Fini has
better. That's why he agreed with you there because Quillfish is better because it has Intimidate. Simple as that.
Fini has 130 SPDF and Quillfish has 55.
Sure does. They're
um,
obviously incomparable. Like Quillfish is just such a higher league that
right.
why would you even bring up
Right.
Feeny? I don't get it.
Quillfish is like you know when like Digimon when like animals like transform into like beautiful women.
I've
Like
never watched any
Quillfish,
Digimon.
you've never watched any Digimon in your life.
Nope.
Did you grow up with like video games and movies
I
and
sure
copies
did.
and
I
different
sure
things?
did.
Like what did you? I just don't. So like in Digimon, there's like a few guys, and they're all like cute little animal people. And in the first series, two of the Digimon that were kind of their own like they I think they would be comparable to like Togepi. They would like if they were Pokemon, they'd be like fairy types, you know.
Hmm.
Turned into Angemon and Angelomon, and I feel like Quillfish like should digivolve into like a really cunty, sexy lady like Tapu Fini. Like I feel like Quillfish could evolve into Tapu Fini.
When an Animon and an Animalmon love each other very much. We get
They, she,
Aromatisse.
she, she glimmered on my grand bowl until I bust out the iron shred.
That's not what she.
I,
She don't do that. I just talked to her. She don't do that.
I just talked to her. Yes, my mother. She doesn't do that actually.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
All right,
yeah, I
let's
think
wrap this
Evelyn
up.
does
Let's get through this. Okay, we got this. Aromatisse and Granbull together are a little unnecessary, I think.
right. I mean, they might not go right. It's fine.
That's yeah, it's like fine. It's like whatever. I think this has just a lot of like my favorite mons of certain tiers. Like I think Moltres is like really just like a
Which was a
go-to
go.
pick. Flygon's a go-to pick. Feeney's sort of a go-to pick, but not as much now that it like
Fred
defogs its
probably
own.
should be. Fred is a goat.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it was a little unpickable at 200. It might be a little too pickable at 160. We'll see.
Maybe.
This is strong. Okay,
I don't got much else to say.
we're on our last two. How exciting is that?
These are the last two.
Yeah. Now, no, there's two more, but you
Next.
couldn't access that doc, right? So if you always like go to the
Oh
actual
yeah,
league doc for it, the
and I'll
Shija
stream
and
both.
Giga is the last ones.
Oh, those freaks.
Yeah, Shija's team. It's good. It's very good.
Um, King and Miko.
Yep. That
I
plus Slow
think
King, I think, is so
I
so incredibly good.
what do I think about this? Rotom Frost is epic out of 40 because it could Terra Electric, and that's sick as
And on
hell.
this team in particular, with Chili Reception, getting the accurate blizzards
Oh,
and the defense boost, Rotom Frost is
you're
going to put in so
intelligent.
much work.
You're intelligent, and I'm an ass.
No,
I'm
Sheej
so
told me
stupid.
that directly. So
You're so Siege is Gigabrain, and I have a degree in buffoonery and a record label deal with Goofy Productions.
oh, I can't wait for them to drop you.
And I think yeah, I think Siege, it's about time he gets a chip,
This is
and
the chip team, honestly.
I hope he gets a chip, and then I can react to like the announcement message where he wins with like the Cal react. Like that's what I want to happen.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Um
This
I
team
think
feels
he's
like it's worth more than 1100 to me. Like King Gambit, Slow King, Cinderace, like all the low tier guys are usable.
right.
Usually that doesn't happen at the same time.
Except for Kecleon. I know Jack's gonna be like, what? But like, come on, Kecleon's the kind of dog.
It's usable. It's a
Better
little,
than Dust Dog.
yeah. What an
Better,
honor.
better than Cherubi.
What an honor. All right, this is strong. Let's talk about Giga.
um, I think Gladios is underpriced at 160, and I think I talked about it, and I was like, maybe it's
Yeah,
kind of
you
like
tend to bring that up, but then we usually tend to disagree, and so it's
right.
still been there for a while.
I think with Terra, it's crazy. I think Terra Fire, Mystical Fire would levitate. Terra Electric Thunderbolt. It could be a fighting type. It could do what the hell ever. I think Latios is really, really strong.
Hmm.
And then the Latias, I just think their coverage with their they don't need Terra Blast like at all
No, not at
to
all.
run their sets. Um, Araquanid is probably a little underpriced, low key now with like the 140 tier. I think it's one of the better 120s. Um, and it gives you a sticky Weber that is resistant to fire. What?
Yeah,
That's
that's really. I don't think that's anything else like besides like Slurpuff, which isn't a
no.
resist, but it's like not
Yeah,
weak.
like Melmetal, Latios, Araquanid, they really work around each other really well,
Hmm.
typing wise. And then Bisharp does the same thing. Like it takes Melmetal's spot there, but like you can have two of them, that's fine.
Hmm.
Um,
Terrakion Torn is strong offensive pieces too.
yeah. Um, I'm glad we moved Appleton down because I want to see him get the light of day. I just don't think he has like the stat spread to function as like a bring every game, like the 100 pointer that's like the sixth mon in your slot kind of
Hmm.
thing.
It's
I
almost
think
there.
like almost right. He needs like 20 more HP.
Hmm.
Like he's definitely not bad.
With Terra, it got
Um,
much better though, because leveraging
yeah,
thick fat and also like changing your type at the same time is really good for a defensive guy. It's just he doesn't do. He's just one of those defensive guys that you just wish had a little bit more support moves. It's like Leech, and you just like try to like chip down with like apple acids and stuff, and you have recover, which is nice, but just give it toxic or something.
Kling Kling's not in the game, right? Doesn't have Terra Blast.
I don't think so. It might, because like some mons that aren't like in the game yet, I think have Terra Blast on Showdown, but
I
either
don't
way,
think
it's
that
serviceable. But it's also a third steel type. I think there could have been something better for that, but it's one of the lower tier guys. Doesn't make
That's
that
true.
much of a difference.
Seeking.
Yeah, Sea King Grumpig is like.
Can we talk about? Do you remember Fuck Yeah Seeking? Like, do you know what that was?
I remember that vaguely.
It was the most vague meme I've ever seen in my life. Like, it wasn't funny. It had to do with like where Seeking was in like the Pokédex numbers of like the regional and national deck and like Johto's deck. I forget, but
It's
it
kind
was
of
like
funny
some
because
crap,
you're
like,
describing it. I'm like, now I'm laughing.
and shut the hell up. It's just like it was so. I was like, this is the most not joke I've ever seen, and it became like a rage comic meme thing, and it just I don't know.
Well, clearly you just don't understand the culture. And that's your problem.
It was like when like people it's like if somebody said a joke in a dream and you woke up and you're like, wait, that's not funny. Like
One
that wasn't a
time
dream.
when I was a kid, I had a dream that I was playing like some made up DS game, and it was really good. And then when I woke up, I searched my couch and everywhere for like 2 hours trying to find it. Didn't exist. Wasn't real.
Can I tell you a similar dream I had?
Yeah.
I was playing Smash Brothers for the Game Boy,
Whoa.
and Jimmy Neutron was in it.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
But now he's gonna be in Nick All Stars too.
I hope that game's good.
I hope so too. It has tap jump, so I'm gonna buy it. I refunded the first one because it didn't have tap jump, and I left them a scathing review. I said, "How are you gonna explicitly like be like wink wink? Not only wink wink, but like Nintendo doesn't support their games that are like really good. Like we love Super Smash Bros. Melee, and we're gonna make like a Melee clone that it didn't have tap jump." I'm like, "Are you a buffoon?"
Absolute buffoonery.
I didn't say it like that, but I was upset.
Well, guess
I'm
what?
not gonna ruin somebody's day.
Guess fucking what? We're done.
We're done. What is your favorite team? What's your favorite draft?
It's still Siege. I think I'm smoking that Siege raid right now.
Mine is
That and Nyx is just so belligerent. This team.
mine's is cheese. My favorite is cheese. And if you could eat any Pokemon, what would it be? And that's the last question of the day.
Um. Probably Stoutland.
Swag.
If I'm being honest, like you wanted me to be honest, I'll be honest.
He'll finish, meaty.
I'm trying to, it's just saying. I'm just saying.
If Stoutland was in Gen 9 and like you killed a Stoutland and it like dropped its item, what would the item be?
Schmeat.
All right, we
We gotta go. We gotta go. Thank you for watching. Season starts up this weekend, Friday to Monday, baby.
Everybody, schedule your matches. We love y'all. Have fun. Don't be sore losers.
There is a chance that there's a broadcast on Monday. I wouldn't. Unlikely though, because I'm gonna be gone until Monday. Don't know if I feel like doing that, but
oh,
that's that.